Dan Willis here, and we're talking about default judgments and 4 ways to fight back. So first and foremost, you can set aside a judgment. Now, this is much akin to filing an appeal on a criminal conviction. And what you're going to have to do is go to your small claims court and file a motion to vacate the judgment. And this is also going to require you to have a valid reason, such as you are a victim of fraud, there's newly discovered evidence, you weren't properly notified of your court date. And if you'd like the full details, we're going to include a link in the description below over to an article at our website for the full scoop. We also have a free report available there, the 7 proven ways to boost your credit score. Now, once you file your motion, you're going to be assigned a new court date. You're also going to need to have a valid defense against the original lawsuit that you were sued for, and simply being negligent or not having financial means, financial hardship, that's not a valid, good defense against the original lawsuit. Now, if everything's legit, then the judge can set your judgment aside, which will release your bank accounts if they've been seized, will stop the wage garnishment if that's occurring. The second way is to actually settle the judgment. If you have cash on hand, you will be able to negotiate with the judgment creditor, the person that sued you and won. You'll be able to negotiate with them to settle a little bit less than the total amount that they've won and been awarded against you. However, if you need payments, they're going to be a lot less likely to work with you. And furthermore, once they get a judgment against you, they've invested time and resources and having attorneys go through those hoops to get that judgment against you. This gives them the ability to garnish your wages, to seize your assets, to have liens placed against you and your bank account, in addition to jacking up your credit score. Now, the third method is to actually file bankruptcy. For obvious reason, we want to avoid a bankruptcy filing. However, sometimes life happens, and if this is what you have to do, that's what happens. Many of the most successful entrepreneurs in America have gone through a previous bankruptcy. One of my early mentors went bankrupt twice, along with P.T. Barnum, and I could name many more. David Buick, James Folger. Sometimes life happens, but naturally, we want to avoid this if we can, because a bankruptcy will stick you and lock you into bad credit prison for 10 long, expensive, and embarrassing years. Now, the fourth method is to actually remove that judgment from your credit report, because that judgment is what's jacking up your credit score. Now, there's a variety of ways to do this, but most effectively is to actually file a dispute with the credit bureaus. And unfortunately, this just isn't all that consumer friendly, to put it mildly. And a judgment by law can stay on your credit report for 7 years from the date of filing. But did you know there is no minimum amount of time that any item on your credit report must stay there? In other words, you can get any item off of your credit report before 7 years. That's the maximum amount of time. 7 years, 10 years in a bankruptcy. Those are just the maximums. There are no minimums. This is Dan Willis. We're going to include a link in the description below over to an article for the full details. We also have a free report available at our website, the 7 proven ways to boost your credit score. Please subscribe and join our congregation. Have a wonderful day, and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.